Assalamu alaikum, my dear sisters and brothers. Alhamdulillah, we've witnessed another month of mercy and blessings. May Allah accept our siyam and qiyam. I hope you all had a wonderful Eid. I can't believe it's been a year since Define shared my happiness series. If you recall, I mentioned one way to increase the level of happiness in your life is to show gratitude. Sometimes living in this world of instant gratification, we forget how important it is to show gratitude towards those around us and especially to our Creator. While preparing for this series, I was actually given a stark reminder of that when I accidentally burnt my hand and wrist this weekend. The next day, after having witnessed the entire ordeal and watching me suffer through the pain in the emergency room, my daughter overheard me speaking to someone on the phone. As soon as I hung up, she asked me why I said Alhamdulillah when they asked me how I was. She couldn't understand how I could be in so much pain and have such a huge burn and still be thankful. So I explained to her how in every situation we still have to show gratitude to Allah and that I actually had a lot of things to be grateful for. I told her I was grateful that it happened at home when everyone was here and that I wasn't alone. I was grateful that my father-in-law was able to drive me to the hospital. I was grateful that I was surrounded by family in the emergency room. And I was grateful that my face didn't get burned or that my sleeve didn't get caught on fire and burn me even more. I was grateful that my fingers are still intact and that my house did not burn down. And although I wish I shouldn't have complained so much about hating laundry and dishes so much, because I can't do it right now, alhamdulillah, all of those other things are really things to be grateful for. And this actually brought to mind one of An-Nawawi's 40 ahadith. In it, Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu reports that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, on every person's joints or small bones, for example, fingers and toes, there is sadaqah every day the sun rises. Doing justice between two people is sadaqah. Assisting a man to mount his animal or lifting up his belongings onto it is sadaqah. And every step you take towards prayer is sadaqah. A good word is sadaqah. And removing harmful things from the pathway of others is sadaqah. So what I felt this hadith was reminding me of, and what most of the scholars also felt, is that we take for granted a lot of the small things in our lives. We don't realize that these small joints and bones in our hands and our feet help us to do so many things. And I am now obviously realizing that more each day because I cannot use my wrist and the palm of my hand. And this hadith is also giving an example of how we sometimes only look at the bigger blessings in our life. Alhamdulillah, I have a house. Alhamdulillah, I have air conditioning. Alhamdulillah, I have a car. But, there's so many little things that we should appreciate also. That, Alhamdulillah, I have clean clothes. Alhamdulillah, I'm able to hold my child's hand. And I'm able to eat with my hands myself, And just little things we take for granted every day. So really, it's explaining just how important it is to show gratitude for all things in our life. Gratitude is actually the purpose of our creation. In the Quran, in Surah An-Nahl, it says, "It is He who brought you forth from the wombs of your mothers when you knew nothing, and He gave you hearing and sight and intelligence and affection, that you may give thanks." And Shaitan's primary mission is to make us ungrateful. From the very beginning of human beings' creation, the issue of gratefulness and thankfulness to Allah has been debated after Shaitan refused to bow to Adam. He said, "Then I will certainly come to them from before them and from behind them and from the right-hand side and the left-hand side, and Allah, you shall not find most of them thankful." So really, when we're showing gratefulness, we are fulfilling our purpose, and we are also proving Shaitan wrong, because his goal was to prove that we would not be thankful to Allah. And gratitude is about expressing our thanks and appreciating those who do any favor for us. Obviously, none can come closer to our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who gave us everything. As the Quran states, that He created you, fashioned you perfectly, and gave you due proportion in Surah Infitar, sorry. So inshallah, I hope that this brief introduction helped you to understand the purpose of my next few videos. Inshallah, I'm going to be sharing some more Quranic ayat, some ahadith, as well as some research. And of course, I'm going to give you some tips on how to be more grateful, inshallah. I hope you enjoy them and benefit from them, inshallah. And Jazakallah khair for giving me a few minutes of your time. And I will be back with you soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.